don't think I should have tried to run through the rain to get to my car. It is pouring. I ran 20 yards and my shirt is soaked. I'm soaking my car. This is stupid. All right, what's up, vlog? Exciting stuff. Just walked out of the surgery center this morning. Showed up here for a 7 a.m. case. It got moved to 9 a.m. Because they were having issues with beds. They got this massive tree to run into. So 7 a.m. case got moved to 9 a.m. Got 2 shoulder scopes today. I've got another doc who is also at the surgery center. He's got a shoulder scope this afternoon, but it's a revision biceps tenotomy procedure. So it's not really, and it would be the first time he's using our new device. So that is not really a case that I want to do with him for the first time. Number one. Number two, I don't even know if he would really want to use our device for that procedure anyway. That's one thing to kind of think about. If, you know, when you've got your product, you probably, especially for a new product, if you have like an ideal procedure to use it for, it's really important, right? First impressions make all the difference. It's really important to have the first case go well. And so picking that first case, you know, it definitely makes sense at times to forego opportunities to get a doctor to use your product the first time. If he or she is doing a procedure or a case that is not really in your wheelhouse of whatever the product does, if it's not really going to be able to highlight the benefits of using your product over what they're currently using, just punt those ones and then find one that would be more or less the home run for you, which is what it would be for me today. So anyway, I've got now an hour and 15 minutes to kill. The difficulty is figuring out now, with the whole coronavirus, figuring out what do I do, where do I go for an hour and 15 minutes. I don't think FedEx office is open, and there's no coffee shop to sit down in, so I think the car is going to be my mobile office temporarily. Anyway, that's what we got going on this morning on the vlog, so see you guys later. What's up, vlog? I actually changed my mind on what I'm going to be doing. So I've got that case that was moved back, and now I've got well over an hour until it's scheduled. And so I was thinking that I would just get some work done in the car. But looking ahead at the schedule, I've got cases on Friday with a doc trying our product for the first time that I've got to get set up. And I've got an inventory tracking Excel worksheet essentially, where I keep track of all the inventory that I have at different accounts. And I think I've got a handpiece at an account that's like 30 minutes away that I still need to pick up. I think it's accurate, but it's kind of a pain in the butt because sometimes you can call these facilities and see if they, if you're like not sure where you left some equipment, you can call them and ask. And I called this place, and let's just say they were not that helpful. Not like they were not nice to me. They were not helpful in me figuring out if I still have a handpiece there. So ultimately, it's going to be my responsibility to go figure it out. So now I'm going to drive to that hospital and see if I can find the handpiece that I have there, because I'm going to need that one for Friday. So hopefully pick that up, drop that off at the surgery center where I'm doing cases Friday with the doctor, and then come back to this one for the case this morning. So that is what I was going to do later in the day, but timing wise, I think I can get it all done now before the cases are going to start. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, yeah, see you later. If I can get this stupid thing on. All right. Now we are at this hospital picking up equipment, and hopefully they've got a handpiece here. If not, I don't know where it is, and I'm gonna have to do some detective work. So anyway, I am walking into this hospital now. So catch you guys later. Happy days, boys and girls, other than the fact that I'm getting rained on. Found and peace. So now I'm excited. It's gonna be a good day. Good day when you find your equipment. Just don't tell the company that I misplaced it. I don't think I should have tried to run through the rain to get to my car. It is pouring. I ran 20 yards and my shirt is soaked. I'm soaking my car. This is stupid. Literally took off my shirt because it was so wet, and then it stops raining like 30 seconds later. If I was just waiting inside. All right, so shirt is kind of dry. I was holding it over the vents of my car while I was driving to dry it off. That was so dumb. Just dropped off equipment at the surgery center where I've got cases this Friday with the doc using this for the first time. So now I'm going to head back. Try to pull the keys out of my pocket. I'm going to head back to the original place I started today. And do a couple cases with the doctor there. So that's what we got. All right, fools. Walking out of this surgery that I just finished up. He is actually still doing the operation right now, but they don't need me there for our device. Like I show up to make sure they're good, make sure they keep using us and whatnot, but they don't really need me. So. But on the way out, I was able to, I can get in my car, meet with a doc. He was just in the lounge of the surgery center, and it's a doc that is going to give us a shot. He's going to use our device on the next rotator cuff that he has there. And we had an email exchange, but it was another opportunity to put it in his hands and demo it with him again, just to make sure he's excited about it and doesn't forget about using it for his next rotator cuff. So that's all good. Hopefully we'll get his business too. This account started stocking. Somebody help me out with the haircut, for the love of everything holy. This account is already stocking our both devices that we have, and so it's on the shelf for him to use. So the best thing I can do, like the objective everywhere is get your product on the shelf, because then you can just start adding doctors. Like, it's so much easier since I already have one guy using it in this center, to go to another guy that operates here and say, hey, we already have the product on the shelf, just open this one the next time you have this case and try it. If you don't like it, just don't open again. That's so much easier than nobody's using it. He says, yeah, I want to try it, but then I've got to go through the administrative process to get it done. So that is always the objective, get your product on the shelf. And yeah, that's about all I got for you for this one. What's up, vlog? I am driving home, and I jumped on the phone with a girl who's I don't always do this anymore, just because honestly I get too busy with it, but jumped on the phone with people that are interested. She was a Michigan graduate and is currently a clinical specialist for one of the big med device companies, and she's got a sales opportunity to move into a sales role from a clinical specialist role with one of the other big companies, a direct competitor. So we were talking about that. And I think a lot of people have concerns about switching. She's a biomedical major, biomedical engineering major. So she definitely has, you could say the clinical side down. She certainly understands the medicine from that standpoint. And so she was asking me a number of questions on sales and should she take the job and whatnot. I think the big thing to think about if you're wanting to get into medical sales, or if you're, let's say, like in a clinical specialist role, or you have you like that side of the business, I wouldn't take the sales role just because you think there's more money to be made. What I would think about is, what are you going to be best at? Because you think about the people that do well in life, and do well can mean more than just financially, but like actually enjoy what they're doing. Like there has to be a balance there of making enough money to obviously survive. So like, you know, do what you got to do. But you also don't want to hate what you're doing every day. And if you don't have the tendencies, you don't really want to be a salesperson. Like you don't, like when you go out to meet somebody, yeah, I'm a sales rep, I'm a vendor. Like if you don't like saying that, there's a lot of people that don't, then I wouldn't do it. And that was my recommendation to her is like, if you want to be in sales, okay, cool. But you know, if you've got a biomedical engineering background, like how much does that person want to be in sales? She got like a graduate degree in that. Like, I mean, maybe, you know, clearly, obviously she's saying that she does, but I throw that out there just for food for thought for you. If you're thinking about getting into medical sales, or you're strong on the clinical side of the business, like do whatever, like pursue whatever you think you will be best at, and things will work out for you. Yeah, you might have to be a little bit more patient. Maybe maybe you got to stay in a clinical role a little bit longer to move up, or anything like that. But you also don't want to get into something that you're not going to like, because if you don't like doing what you're doing, at some level you're not going to put in the effort to do it. Like every job has their aspects that I did inventory yesterday. It's like, it took me like an hour to track down the inventory, hence my finding hand pieces earlier today on this vlog. There's aspects to the job that I don't like, but from a macro standpoint, I really enjoy what I do, and have no problem being a sales rep. Like, if I will outwork somebody that is in sales and doesn't like it, quite simply, and so will a lot of other people. So when you're thinking about, should I get into medical sales or you're thinking about what you want to do whatever you think you'd be best at, because ultimately that's what you're going to be. You're going to have the best balance of making the most income and also enjoying what you do. And I think there's a healthy balance that has to be found in that. So anyway, thought it was relevant to share that. We obviously, her and I discussed a number of other things, but I think that's probably all I've got for you on this one. Anyway, I am just about home, a few minutes from home, and my neighbor who lives directly behind me, he's going to come over to the quote-unquote pain cave. My buddy named the basement where I've got my home gym the pain cave. He's going to come work out, and we got legs today, leg day. So it's a big day. It's a good day for all of you out there. Don't skip leg day, all right?